We're seeing changes in delivery times, and we're seeing a lot of, I think, what Mr. Bocan was getting at here with rural communities being sites for efficiency, but they're critical for our sense of community and for rural businesses. Every business that ships out is really relying on these. So I'm wondering, what other options are there besides cutting down service that rural communities rely on to keep costs down without impacting delivery times for our packages?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think obviously there are general efficiencies in the system, trying to identify more effective or efficient ways of doing business. I'm not sure that those are significant enough. That we identify probably about $1 billion a year in efficiencies to be gained in the system, and also potential revenue. Additional revenue to be gained. The Postal Service is losing more than that in its finances, and so they're making some trade-offs. I know that there's concern about some of the trade-offs that they're making, some of the decisions that we're making, and we at the OIG have similar concerns. We want to make sure that service is maintained in rural America the way that it needs to be maintained. I think some of those choices are going to be some of the difficult things moving forward for the Postal Service as it looks at its financial condition and determines. But we've also identified some structural issues, and I want to point to those. Those are larger and maybe more challenging because they'll require legislation to fix. But there are some opportunities in those larger structural areas, and we can talk more about that if your staff is interested.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.